What's up, guys? Now I think I got a little welding project for you. Hopefully it will be a welding project at the moment. Not sure. The title already says what I'm planning to do, but basically, yeah, something to do with the sauna. Now, before we dive into the issue and figure out a way to fix that problem, let's go a bit back to 2013. I mean, the weather is quite bad right now, but I'm sure I can find like a better picture for you. Basically, back in 2013, the building looked like this. And after renovation, it looked like this. Courtesy of that picture now, hopefully. I also made a video about that, the entire renovation build, basically. And I'm gonna drop that video down in the description if you wanna see that one. But let's dive into the issue now. It's something to do with the fire stove. Give me a second. It's very dark in here. Much better. So this thing, maybe even some of you remember, I've actually repaired this a couple of times. And actually, these things are not really designed to last this long. I think like 10 years maximum. But currently this is on its 11th year. The steel which this fire stove is made out of is only 5mm, so it will basically burn through with about 10 years time. So technically the lifespan is like 10 years, yeah. Depends how many times you use it per week. But now I've done a couple of quick weld jobs on it in order to expand its lifespan a little bit. But currently it has like two problems. Number one is the water heating system, those pipe things, they just don't work. Now there is like a little steel box hidden under these rocks somewhere. So the water kind of heats up in that box, and it's supposed to travel through the upper pipe to the other side of the wall where there's a water tank, and the colder water should go through the bottom pipe, and the water should circulate like that. That's the way it's supposed to work. It will heat up the water that way. But the problem is that the water we use is well water, and it has a lot of minerals in it. So that little water box which is next to the fire stove, that kind of gets clogged up with mineral deposits quite fast. And right now I don't think like any water will pass through it, only like steam. So basically it's just completely clogged again, just like it was last time when we opened it up. You guys even saw that. It was like when we opened up the box, it was like concrete inside, just this white concrete. Now I know that even you guys mentioned it, that you could use some water softeners to alleviate that situation, but I really haven't done that. It seems like a chore, honestly. I'd rather try to weasel myself around that issue, and hopefully what I'm planning to do will fix it. Now the other problem this thing has right now is draft issues. It hasn't really been an issue ever. This is kind of new, but basically because the draft through the fireplace is so poor, and the fireplace itself, it has like a lot of holes and cracks here and there, then it will leak a lot of smoke into the sauna room. And as you can see, everything's dark. This is from the smoke, even the brick wall. Pretty dark. It's like a smoke sauna. Well, honestly guys, this sauna used to be a smoke sauna very long time ago. I don't even remember. This was before me. But there's the proof right there, the main beams of the building. there's just this super dark colored. This is all because of smoke. Even the original door, completely solid black. Now if you remove the siding and all, then you just have solid black log walls. And way back when, this thing used to be a smoke sauna, but it was repurposed into a Finnish sauna at some point. And like I said, this happened before I was even born, so very long time ago. The only issue is that you can't really be inside this room while you have fire in the fireplace. You have to wait until the fire burns out, and then you can come here and enjoy the sauna. Because then you don't have smoke here. You can't be here with smoke. That's just suicide. But I'm gonna try to fix those two problems. At least I'm gonna try really hard. Now, in order to fix problem number 1 with the water issue, I'm gonna ditch that stupid water tank which came with the thing, and I'm gonna replace it with a bigger water tank which is open on top. So my plan is to build like a custom water tank here, which is connected to the firebox directly. Right now the water tank which is in here, it's not connected to the firebox. It's just kind of sitting against the steel there, and there's like a gap, so that's extremely inefficient. But my idea is to connect the new water tank directly against the fire, basically, so that will heat up the water much faster. And I'm gonna hook up these pipes to the new water tank. So technically, even if I use highly mineral water, the pipe should not clog up with concrete, right? Because the heating, the area where the concrete develops, I guess, next to the firewall. Now, it's not really a problem if it develops there, as long as the pipes are further away and they will not get clogged up. But I'm not sure if that's gonna work. I guess we're just gonna see with time. But up here it seems like a good idea, so I'm gonna try that. Now, to resolve the draft issue, I'm not really sure at the moment because I have no idea what the problem is. I mean, we checked the chimney out, that's pretty clean at the moment. So it can't be the problem with the chimney. I mean, it might be a problem how the pipe setup is set up at the moment, which is not the best, by the way. I think too many turns. There's a turn here, then we have a turn there, then it goes to like a U-turn, and then a final turn up to the chimney where it can finally escape. So there is definitely too many turns here. Worst case scenario, I'm just gonna hook the pipe up directly to the chimney, so we can completely bypass that stupid U-turn. But before I go to the extremes and drill a hole through the chimney, maybe there's a problem with the fireplace itself. I need to open it up anyway, and then we can see. But let's just kind of get to work. Got lots to do. Honestly, I'm kind of more concerned about how am I gonna get this thing out of here. Because I'm pretty sure I want to weld it at the workshop, not here. And if I remember correctly, I built that wall after this thing was already installed. This is not good. Hopefully, I'm drunk and can't remember anything. Yeah, I haven't even started off yet. I'm already pissed off. Oh, okay. Let me help you along. Progress. Look at that, guys. Such fine art. But yeah, it's not completely clogged. It's still letting something through. Not bad even. Yeah, that's pretty good. The last time it was completely clogged. You could not even blow through it. It looks like my little poop fix is still hanging in there. Yeah, that's pretty solid still. Looks like, yeah, new failure point back there. Bunch of cracks there. I guess the smoke came from those holes. And I noticed there was a bunch of other issues as well down there. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see, but something's severely bent up down there. Also there. A bunch of bends everywhere. But I don't see any other holes, at least, other than this thing. So I think this is repairable. There's a lot of welding and I need to add a bunch of plates, but maybe we can fix this up. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be cheaper than buying a new thing. Whoa! I guess I found out why the draft is so bore. Man, the chimney is full of ash for some reason. Plus, look at that. Holy hell. No wonder it didn't draft. It's just completely filled with ashes. Quite a weird hole as well. 51. 61. You know, it would be great if I could somehow get it on the welding table. That would be the best option. I mean, the thing is not that heavy. It's maybe about 40 something, maybe 50 kilos. Much of the steel has burned away in 10 years' time. I mean, duh. And it would be great to have some type of engine hoist right about now. So in chair, maybe that's all we need. Kuradi uks noh, püsi kinni, pitrais. Look at that. We're halfway there now. Look at that, guys. Technology. What a breakthrough. Who even needs a stupid engine hoist? Just grab a random tire, piece of plywood. It has to be waterproof plywood. Normal doesn't work. And then a stupid thing down there. It matters not what the thing is. It just needs to be stupid. Must be one of those mice holes. Dude. Look what has happened to this C-section. I think I installed it like, more, maybe like 4 years ago now. Dude, the steel on the Titanic even looks better. Wow, what the hell. Fire really destroys steel pretty well. Considering the situation, I think most normal people would just kinda go and buy a new thing. Luckily, I'm not normal, so I'm gonna try to fix it up, plus add that water tank. So I'm gonna go put on my welding panties. sure are a lot of dents in it for some reason. Basically it only has like 3 holes, one due, and on the other side there's one additional hole. But other than that, oh yeah, the top as well. This part is pretty screwed up also. But other than that, yeah, I think we can squeeze a couple of more years out of it. Now I'm not planning to do like a major repair job on it. Honestly, we only need it for like a couple of more years because we're planning to do like a sauna renovation again soon. Have some pretty interesting ideas on that project, and I'm pretty sure we're not gonna put this into the newly renovated sauna anyway. So I'm not gonna put a lot of effort into rebuilding it, just want to make sure it will work for at least 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 more years. Kind of depends how the timetable goes on the renovation thing. I'm not sure at the moment, everything's a mystery. But you know, I think I have like a game plan set out at the moment. So I got like 3 main goals that I want to do. So number 1, fix the holes, obviously. Number 2 would be to build some type of a firewall on top of this part. Because currently it basically has nothing. The fire chamber is open to the chimney area. So this area gets a lot of heat, and because there's like a ton of rocks on top of the thing, so that weight will press the steel down, and then cracks will develop. Now, when this thing left the factory, there was some type of chamber up here, which isolated, well, kinda isolated this area from the main burning chamber. So I guess this is like a secondary burning chamber, which will make sure that the heat, the biggest part of the heat from the fire, remains down there and not end up in the pipe area. But right now that secondary area, there's like a little bit of that left there. You can see part of the structure, but it's just completely gone. And yeah, all the heat from the fire will basically end up in this area, which is not ideal. So want to build that heat wall or some type of a secondary chamber up here, which will keep the heat there, hopefully. So fix the holes, build the chamber, the second chamber, and third one would be water tank. Some type of water tank, add it to the side. This side, right? Yeah, this side. So basically I don't have to fix those holes because I'm planning to install a new plate on this side anyway. It will be part of the water tank. But now let's start off, I think, patching up those 2 holes, and then take it from there. Whoa. Bunch of poop. It looks like there were two blades here. Like one was there and the other one was back there. The fire is over there. Zigzag setup. The fire happens there, but there's a wall here, so the heat will go. Maybe put it on paper, kind of makes more sense. Okay, so we got the box thing with that thing over there. Main fire happens here. Then we had like a wall here and the wall there. Chimney pipe over there. By the way, this is much better paper than the welding table. You can actually see something. But anyway, the fire then will go like that in a zigzag pattern. Right now we don't have that wall and don't have that wall, so the fire basically is just gonna went straight up to the chimney. Who the hell drills a giant hole in the center, man? You ruined the entire plate. What a moron. Guys, I kinda just realized something. I made a little boo-boo. You know, the water tank situation. Like I said, I'm gonna remove one side, but already welded those two pieces there. Now I should have done the side plate first. I just kind of realized this. No, it's very normal. I do these types of mistakes all the time, and I never learn. Nyt. This thing still has plenty of steel left. Look at that. It has a bit of curves, but isn't that in fashion these days anyway? Look at that. I'm such an expert in removing crap. Gonna try to get a bit lower there. Yeah, push that warped mess aside for a bit and focus on the water tank next. Okay, so for the water tank build I did order up a bit of steel. But I'm still hoping to maybe do this entire build under 100 bucks. I did spend like half a grand on steel, but I bought other things that I was mostly missing. But I shouldn't need to use too much material for this build. I mean, it's not gonna be very big. Maybe this one plate will do. By the way, this is an amazing tool to have. So put the thing there and your feet won't burn up. Okay, so not unlike our little warped piece of dirt, that guy needs to be pretty much waterproof. I mean, it's a water tank, so duh, right? So ideally it would be perfect to weld it from both ends. But you know, I think we can't really do that. It's probably gonna like warp. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna weld a little bit inside, fully outside, and later just put some JB weld inside. Now that's if the outside weld is not watertight. I'm gonna try really hard, but I already screwed something up, so that's already a lost cause. I will do a little water test later without the JB weld, but I think this might work. Guys, I think this part actually came out pretty good. Apart from maybe that area. That was a bit iffy. Two, three holes, four, but other than those 4 looks pretty okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna go grab some water and do a quick leak test before we proceed. Okay, it's pretty much full now, and I did notice a couple of wet spots, but overall not bad. Just these minor, got something coming from there. Coming from there. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. No. Yep, right over there, a couple of spots. Everything else looks good. This side looks pretty solid, honestly. Surprisingly. And this side, like a wet spot here, but oh yeah. Tiny little hole there, there, and yeah, somewhere there, I can't tell. Yeah. But you know, overall it's pretty good, I would say. I'm kind of surprised even. It's just spot weld those tiny holes shut, and later JB weld the corners inside. Man, this thing should be solid. Maybe even do good for that little warped piece of crap furnace. I mean, look at that thing. Holy hell. That's just scrap steel, man. Totally worthless. But yeah, at least 2 years. I'm gonna try to survive with this thing at least for 2 years. I'm gonna cut these things off from the old water thing. I can definitely reuse those parts. I'm gonna install one on the bottom. The hose had a valve as well, so I could drain the tank with that. And the other one will be somewhere over there. Somewhere over there. What? Is there something on my face? I can't tell. You can't see. But anyway, I need to connect this thing up to that thing now. This is normal for the water tank to be bigger than the fire stove. I don't know. I have no expertise in that field. Something's off with that picture. I think the water tank is even heavier than the fire stove. And no, I don't know how I'm gonna get it through the freaking door. Cross that bridge when we get there. It matches up pretty well actually. I just need to bend that a bit inwards. Do a bit of that bendy bend there as well. Moving fine. Oh man. Being that's waterproof. This just looks so wrong, I don't know. But it should work. Bunch of crap, but it will work. I'm hoping. You. Oh, by the way, that's the mistake I mentioned before. I should have added these two blades. Well, right now, not before. Okay. Bunch of bolts, nuts, some steel somewhere. And voila, we have a wood fire stove. Just gotta do that lid now. This way. Stop being such a drama queen. I think I can just pretty much add this back, but I have to fix that little glitch there. And I think I'm gonna do basically the same setup I have on this side, just weld a new plate to the top. And then later add the pipe back.
I mean, what did you expect, man? Ultra poop? No.
We're not there yet.
Maybe next year.
But dude, I need to get this thing on a Soviet chair somehow. Mis sellega juhtus, ma ei saa aru. I'm pretty close. And that was the plan, by the way. I wanted to get the last ashes out. Dude. But anyway guys, almost finished. Almost finished. I just gotta put the film screen back. And so I think I need to modify it a bit. Woo! Rebar! Great, I needed some. Holy hell guys, I think the welding mission has ended now. It's been a really long day. But you know, after adding the rebar, I think it actually looks pretty okay. Especially if you hide the entire thing under a bunch of rocks, then it's gonna look very good. But then jokes aside, it's basically like a welded piece of dirt, but hopefully it will do what I want it to do. So I'm gonna grind this area a bit more smooth because hands will start going in there to scoop out hot water. But basically it's finished now and I need to take it back to the sauna. Yeah, and it's not gonna be as easy as getting it up here. Dude, again, you fit it through this though. I'm gonna manage the other one, that's a lot smaller. Tuid vapi mulle või?
Jaa.
No okei, sina võta sealt otsast kinni ja sina väike võta sealt tagant otsast kinni.
Oota. Kus? Oot.
Igalt poolt. Oi, kui tugev sa oled.
Ma tulen ka appi. Mina ka tulen appi. Meribel.
Meribel juba vaatan ta käsi. Ui.
Meribel on taha oma käsi, ta püüab mind kinni.
No, don't go. Okay, so Matt says I'm pretty much screwed. Because even if I remove the door frame, it's not gonna fit. Luckily, I suck at math. Perfecto. Now to seal that area nicely, there is a special thing for that. There's like two pieces of steel and some type of rock wool in the middle. Now I've tried mortar in the past. That thing does not work because the steel it expands and contracts as it heats up and cools down. And mortar apparently doesn't like that. So that thing will just kind of crumble away with time. But last year I tried this stuff. This is pretty strong rock wool basically, and it's meant to be installed in some type of fiery situations. So I just kind of break some chunks off it and I just install it in the gap. Last year this worked fine. And because of the rock wool, the steel can nicely play around. It's probably not the way to do this, but I don't know, works for me. You know, overall I've had great success with this stuff. It doesn't do well in shock situations where a thing might get shocked, you know. Then it tends to break apart, but in stable conditions, I've sealed oil leaks, fuel leaks, hopefully now also water leaks. It's a pretty good universal thing. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna tolerate the higher temperatures as well. Probably better than silicone does. Could you connect these two up somehow? I don't think the original setup will work. Maybe only one. Maybe I can do something new here. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Look at that. No wonder no water went through it. Holy hell. Holy hell. Oh, you can't see anything. There, better. Holy hell, look at that. Even when I'm not making concrete, I'm making concrete. Man. That part is not fully shut though. Maybe I can salvage that. Dude. There's like a little bin hole there. It's about 5 by 5 millimeters. That is not very good. Yeah, it's much bigger now. More speed. More speed, not less. Kuule sitt, hoia kinni! Yeah, I think that's fine. Definitely better than that little bin hole. Man. Dude, this hose is just worthless, completely worthless. Last year bought, brand new. With time, it just kind of collapses completely. Develops these kinks in them. And it's worthless. Never buy this green stupid carton hose. Yeah, sure, it's cheap and all, but the hose just collapses like that. Multiple spots even. 1 year old. Bunch of junk. But anyway, I have to go visit my dentist, and maybe she has something for me. Something that we can put there. Oh, by the way, is it normal to wait 11 months for a dentist appointment? Dude, I think that's insane. Okay guys, so I'm back. Sadly, the dentist person she did not have anything. Also, she looked at me funny when I asked about plumbing supplies. Kind of an awkward moment that. But, you know, this lemonade stand outside the workshop. That place had everything. And then some. The price was insanity though. Dude, I had to pay 70 euros for the entire set. 70 bucks for a couple of pieces of pipe and some other things. I think that's a bit much. Luckily, I saved like a boatload from not buying a new furnace. So I guess that's a win. The hose is a bit long, but maybe it's not a problem. This was the closest that the lemonade stand had. Everyone has their limits, right? Yeah, it's a bit long. Võid lihtsalt 2 tükki kasutada või? See ei keera, vaata, see keerab koos tollega. Ja too keerab lahti. Ja vaata, siia tuleb mul midagi muud panna, ma ei saa seda vist. I think I need a different fitting for that end. Something like this, which allows it to turn. No, I did not think about that. Guess my dreams of becoming a full-time plumber just exploded. But maybe I can extract this part and reuse it on the new system. Right? Oh no, this thing is pretty stuck. Oh. Yes. Like 2 or 3 threads in there. Wonder why so little. 2 or 3 threads and then you hit a wall. Shouldn't there be more? I mean, I'm no plumber, so I don't know. But I think there should be more. Oh, there's more here. What? Dude, I should build my next concrete bath out of this stuff. Much better than what I make. Hopefully that thing will go there now. Yep. Here we go. Okay, I think that's about it. This is a bit annoying, but yeah. What treasure we have here? Look at that, guys. Can't even see inside the chimney. Wow. Pure gold. should set this crap on fire. Kurat küll, mine putsi noh. Sa ei oska uksest mööda tõsta, sa oled vastu ust ja nüüd on kõik siin kuskil vahel noh. Täielik munn oled siin. What? Nothing. That was just a bunch of flowers. It's so fine as well. I bet this stuff will burn excellently. I can't tell if the floor is down there or I feel something solid. But it's not flat, it's like round. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it's fine. It's gonna be fun cleaning this black ink off the floor, that's for sure. I'm gonna fire up the sauna later today so we can test it out. I'm kind of curious how fast that water will warm up and how fast the other tank will do. And just to give you like a comparison, what it was before. Just try to keep it in mind, I guess. But before, this water would not heat up at all. Only like a little bit, whatever steam came through those pipes, because no water came through those pipes at all, only like steam. And we always use that little electric heater over there, that's like a 2.7 kilowatt thing, and it did heat up the entire water in about 2-3 hours, but not the boiling point, maybe like 60-70 degrees, probably even less. So with that little upgrade, I'm hoping to actually not use that electric thing ever again. Because here the water should definitely start boiling if you heat the stove up long enough. And technically, the water should also circulate between two tanks. So hotter water from here will travel to that tank via the upper pipe. And the colder water will be coming in from the bottom pipe. And you know, we should not have that stupid clogging of the pipes anymore, because the heating area is right there. So any mineral concrete which develops should stay in this tank basically, and we shouldn't have that. No, hopefully shouldn't have that problem anymore. Now if we still do, then I think my only option is to just use water softeners to alleviate the situation. But I'm hoping that I don't need to do that. Looks like that GB Wild has also nicely cured up. Now I did a bit of googling, and apparently GB Wild is good up to 350 degrees maximum Celsius. Now I'm not sure how hot basically that area will get. That will be the hottest part. But considering this area is just full of water, so I don't think it's gonna get like over 200. Definitely not. Probably even less. Should be fine on that front. One little minus thing though, which I already mentioned, this tank is sitting higher. Looks like about this much. So if we fill this completely in, it's gonna start overflowing that tank. So we gotta keep that in mind. I mean, when I built that thing, I did not even consider the height of this thing, so that's another my fault. But I'm gonna fill the tank, both of them, and then we can fire this thing up. Now we should get a pretty fast response in the draft department. If you know, if that has improved or not. I think so. Draft is looking pretty good so far. I think we have more smoke coming this way than going to the chimney. But it should improve once the fire gets going. You know, that's pretty good actually. Now, usually when I close the door, the fire would just immediately die. So far, it's a bit better. I mean, so far it's a bit better. That definitely. Smoke coming out of the right spot. That's good, right? And the draft feels pretty okay. Whoa, what is this? Oh, maybe some residue from welding and grinding and stuff like that. Maybe that's burning up right now, or smoking up. I'm not sure. There's a bunch of crap there. Probably that. Oh man, it's going down. What? Maybe I did something wrong. Can't see through it anymore though, it's so foggy. Okay guys, so it's been about 2.5 hours. And I have some feedback. It's kinda meh at the moment. You know, on the draft side, everything is pretty good. Plenty of that stuff. No stupid smoke in the building. I even added that rock wool stuff around the fireplace as well, because sometimes when I open the door, some of the smoke, yeah, right now as well, some of the smoke comes into the building for a short period of time, and immediately that smoke went into the other room, but hopefully not anymore. Yeah, pretty hot in there. On the water situation, it's a bit iffy. Basically the sauna is almost like ready. It's 90 degrees at the moment, and this thing is boiling. So we're at 99 degrees. It's basically boiling. Also the water is extremely dirty. Now I'm not really sure, maybe it's gonna be an issue. You know, this is a standard steel tank. Maybe the rust is gonna be a problem in the future, but... Well, actually, the first fire stove this sauna ever had, it had a same setup. A fireplace and a water tank welded to the fireplace. Now there's a chance I can even get a picture for you, because I remember I took something. But anyway, the setup was the same with that fireplace. Just a standard steel tank welded to fireplace. And honestly, we did not have any issues with rust on that thing whatsoever. But you know, if it's a problem, then I can always like try to paint the insides with some heat resistant paint, right? I mean, those paints go up to 800 degrees Celsius, so this thing will never get that hot. Probably like 150 maximum. However, that's not the issue. The problem is that this thing is boiling, okay? But here, basically nothing. 28. So that's basically nothing. I can clearly see water coming from that upper pipe, and if I put my finger there, I'm basically gonna burn it at this point. But it's just not fast enough. I was hoping for at least like 50 or 60 in this tank when the other tank was at boiling point, which it is at the moment. Now technically I could improve the situation by taking this pipe higher. Right now it's somewhere in the middle, and the water entering the other tank is at 46, 39. Like 30 something, yeah. So if I take this hose higher, then the water entering the other tank will be a lot higher at boiling point if I take it right to the very top. But the reason I did not want to do that was because if I scoop some water out of here, then that pipe is gonna be dry. And that's why I installed it somewhere in the middle, but maybe I should have installed it a little bit higher, like somewhere there. Could have improved it a little bit. Guess we can do that. I guess we can do that as well. Put hotter water there, and colder water will enter this tank through the pipe. Right? But anyway guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up at the moment. Maybe I have like a update for you once this video gets out. Gonna assess the situation a bit later. Okay guys, so it's officially later now, and well, I made 3 minor changes to my setup, and 2 of them made it better, while 1 of them did not change anything, surprisingly. Yeah, from here you can basically make out what the changes are. So number 1, I painted the entire thing inside and outside. And yeah, I used some heat resisting paint. Things should be good up to 400 degrees. At least that's what it says on the box. So hopefully we'll not have that weird brownish water anymore. At least so far it looks pretty good. So the second little upgrade I did, I added a little chunk to it. Basically the goal was to make it slightly higher than that tank. So currently this one is about this much higher, and I think it's a good idea to have that extra height because here the water will heat up much faster and it will expand, and if it's the same height as that one, then it will just kind of start boiling over. So that was definitely a good upgrade as well. Now I did not haul this thing out of the sauna. I decided to weld it here. And it actually went pretty good. I think I got a pretty decent seam going around the entire thing. Except I had to use the MIG welder for this. But I think that MIG did a pretty good job. Plus I JB welded the insides like I did last time. Yeah, I haven't seen any leaks. I think it looks pretty okay. Now the third thing I did was take that hose higher, but surprisingly it didn't really do anything. Now actually I would say it was even better before. Yeah, before we had at least some movement through the pipes, but at the moment I don't see any water circulation at all. And this thing is already almost boiling, 87, 88. This is only 27. So it started off at 13, so I'm guessing there is some water circulation going on, but clearly not enough. So I don't know. I have no idea. Guess I just don't understand how water works. How water dynamics work, right? Maybe I need to put like a lid on it, so the steam pressure will push the water that way. But I'm not gonna put a lid on it. That was never the plan. But guys, this build was definitely worth it. Because right now, when I'm doing solo runs at the sauna, I don't need to use the electric heater to heat the other tank. I got plenty of water here. I think like about the same as what I have there. And it's already ready to go. I'm kind of curious though how fast it's gonna come up with minerals, because I can already see white crap forming at the bottom where the heating wall is. I'm not sure if you can see that, but you see something in the corner there? Yeah, that's basically like minerals already depositing there. So this tank probably won't stay nice and clean for long. Also, look at that wall. All the bubbles coming off the boiling area or the heating area. That looks pretty cool. But anyway guys, I'm gonna now wrap up this video. No new upgrades are in play at the moment. So, hyvä leili guys. I should probably take my clothes off.